Alright, guys, so this is a little bit of philosophy on why I think the way that I do. And I think it's based on instincts that have been ingrained in the human species for a long time. And bear with me, I'm getting to the point, but hunter-gatherers, they were used to finding a resource, depleting it, moving on, finding something, depleting it, moving on. And they had to keep moving, basically, to keep everything going, and depleting a resource was kind of part of human nature. Now, although we have advanced massively as far as technology goes since those days, I don't think that a lot of the instincts have left us. And case in point, right here, smoking cigarettes. Okay? Everybody knows it's bad for you. It's nasty. It smells. It makes you ugly. Whatever. It gives you health problems, and it might kill you with cancer. So these things happen, right? But people smoke. Why? Instant gratification. You want the instant gratification of any situation, no matter what it is. And this gets down to the heart of it. Why we build things the way we do. We're building these systems based on 50-year technology. Like the infrastructure of this country, the U.S., is crumbling, right? It's like 60 years old. We built it for 50 years. I mean, what? But all the people that built it knew, hey, we're going to build this great thing, and we're going to use it, but we're going to be gone. It's the same thing in society. And it's like companies, the government. Like, if you look back when they wrote these pension programs, and, all these bloated benefit packages, GM, any company, I guarantee you, if you looked at it rationally and said, all right, how is this going to extrapolate out, through the workforce, considering growth and all that, it would be unsustainable. Everybody knew it when it started, but all those people are gone. They're dead and gone. So it's not their problem anymore. It's ours. And it's like, I want the best person working for my company. And it works out for everyone in the beginning. This is the great thing. It's like, I want the best person. I'm going to pay him the best. So the best person comes along and I say, I'm going to pay you, way more than I should. And that person says, wow, I feel great. So do I. Everyone feels great about it. There's a big party, a celebration, someone's making a fortune and they got the golden parachute. Not thinking about generations down the road. And so this is the major problem. This is why I don't see us tackling the problems that we're facing. And now, like railroads. Here's a solution to peak oil right here. You want a solution? Right now, today, tomorrow, start digging, start laying railroad everywhere. I want it like a freaking spider web on a map across the U.S. Rail systems that are substitute all the major highways. We could do this, but we're not going to. Even if the idea was out there, the idea would circulate in Congress for a couple of years, and then we'd have a commission on it, and then something might get voted on. We hire a bunch of bureaucrats who would hire, 4 bureaucrats underneath every other bureaucrat, and they'd start spending all the money and doing studies, and, we got to make sure that we can't hurt the 3-legged tree frog of, what, Southern California or whatever. It would never happen. And it's not going to. And that's the thing. We don't deal with the problem until it's right here. It's like right in the back of our head, gnawing on us. It's, oh, shit, we got a problem back here. But it's too late by then. And that's the whole idea with the human condition is we don't have the capacity to look that far forward. And like Hurricane Katrina, for example, right? All the people that were supposed to know that the levees were shit and were going to fail, eventually, when this storm came through, well, what happened? And they're like, oh yeah, we knew that. We had known that for years. We just didn't do shit about it. We decided to waste a bunch of money on other stuff. Now, California right now, this case in point, we are spending $200 billion. $200 billion on a high-speed rail from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Which, they've done the research. We don't really need one. We're just going to build it because it's the biggest, baddest mother in the town, in the nation. It's just awesome, right? Yeah, #1, California. Even though we're going down in flames, we're running massive budget deficits, but that doesn't matter. We want this big, fast passenger mover. Instead of building rational rail systems. About 30 miles in that direction, there's a delta system. It's called the Sacramento Delta. It's riddled with holes, just like crawdads eating holes and gophers in it, and it's built out of basically inferior materials. Was done years and years ago. An entire city is underwater. Just like in Louisiana, it's underwater. And all we need is one big earthquake or 100-year flood, and Sacramento's going to be underwater, and it's going to look just like New Orleans. And everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, we knew about it, but it just wasn't in the budget. But we got to have that $200 rail system. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. That's why we're not going to fix it until it becomes a problem. And when it does, just like the Soviet Union, there's going to be problems. Okay? The Soviet Union, I'm running out of time. Soviet Union, basically when it crumbled, it was the biggest, baddest mother on the block. They had the other half of the war, the Cold War. They were opposing the U.S., and they had everything going for them, and their monetary system fell apart. And you know what happened? Cannibalism. That's right, cannibalism. Think about it.